Hello, guys. This is Bulinator on the Great Debate Community. Hello, it's me on the Great Debate Community channel. Streaming Discord at In the Dark. Number 2, legalize it. It being, in this case, not weed. We are talking prostitution this evening. This is in light of Godless Cranium's show. If you haven't seen the show, it was with Godless Cranium, Kyle Curtis from the Non Sequitur show, Luciano Gonzalez, and also including Max Colby, who seemed quite calm this evening. Anyway, we are going to be streaming from the Great Debate Community Discord server. The invite link is in the description, so please come join us if you want to do that. We will appreciate it. Thank you very much. And here we go. And we're live, guys. Let's go.
Hi.
Hey, Shaggy.
You have my assurance that I'm not going to curse or talk about lewdness this episode.
Oh, we're talking about legalized prostitution, so there's some leeway here.
Well, I will only talk about as long as we're not talking about prostitutes.
Prostitutes.
I am of the opinion that toddlers and tiaras is a grade of prostitution.
No.
Yes, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's not cool.
It is though. That's why I want the show to stop.
Yeah.
Should we legalize prostitution now?
Well,
if we could somehow make sure that sex diseases weren't a thing, I would be all for it.
Well, we have quite a few defenses against sexually transmitted infections.
All right.
The main one is also a contraceptive. It's the condom. So
yeah,
that goes along with education, though. I mean, there's a huge problem with education in large portions of the world where they also tend to make things like prostitution illegal and teach abstinence-only sex education. Those three things tend to go. Those two things rather tend to go hand in hand, along with the third one being almost fundamental religion.
Oh, abstinence only absolutely does not work.
Well, you're right about that. But I'm not seeing everybody in Amsterdam or the Netherlands like falling over dead of syphilis.
No, they're not. And I've been
good point.
I've been to Amsterdam, and it's not like that at all there. So
well, they like have literal red light districts, right?
Yeah, they do. Like, if you want to go get a prostitute, it's quite simple in Amsterdam.
That's what I didn't get about the whole Max saying, well, not in my neighborhood, motherfucker. I'm like, well, it wouldn't be in your neighborhood, motherfucker.
You don't have to, live by it.
In the areas that prostitution is legal, is there any type of regulation or anything as per the STDs or any of that? Any testing, or is it?
Are pimps regulated, basically?
Well, no, not pimps. I mean the
well, like in Nevada, you're asking for like in Nevada and places like that, and the few counties in Nevada where it's legal, there's local ordinances, but there's no like federal or state thing. It's just all local.
So it's all kind of an on your honor sort of thing. So you can go out to.
Well, no. The county health inspector goes around to the brothels in the counties that it's legal and checks and makes sure they're keeping accurate records of the people who ain't got crotch rot and shit.
Okay, that's good. That's actually kind of what I was hoping to hear. Don't mind me. I kind of play a little bit of devil's advocate here and there.
Well,
I get it.
It's good. We need that because
I mean, to be perfectly honest, my own opinion, I could care less if it was legal or illegal. I can definitely say if I were to prefer one or the other, I would say legal because, I mean, I don't see any reason it should be illegal. But like I said, I also kind of play a little bit of devil's advocate here and there.
I understand that's what Kyle was doing in the hangout too. And you could take every one of the arguments he was making against prostitution and apply it to marijuana.
Well, it's legal where I am.
Yeah.
By legal, I mean marijuana, not prostitution.
Please, nobody make the argument, well, it's gonna happen anyways.
Vocês querem ouvir uma piada?
I don't think I would really say it's going to happen. I wouldn't
that
be
argument is
surprised. If
bad.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but I'm not saying it's going to.
Yeah, well, that argument's trash. It's why I didn't.
No, I
say to
agree.
make- Yeah.
No, I agree.
Well, I mean, there is a reason they call it the world's oldest profession.
You know what else is the world's oldest profession? Murder.
Well, that too, yeah. But that you don't get. Well, I guess you could get paid for murder.
Oh,
People get
yeah,
paid for
man. Have
that
you
all
heard
the
dark
time.
web stories? It's
I
called
know, I can't
assassin
even-
work.
It still is a profession, to be perfectly honest. It's just not a legal one. Just like right now, prostitution is still a profession, albeit not a legal one everywhere.
But nobody gets hurt during legalized
that.
prostitution.
Well, if,
Well, as
you would
long
be
as long
disagreeing
as
if you had gonorrhea.
well, like I was actually just saying, if it was tested and regulated and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Well, and
That
that was
would no longer be
Luciano's
the case.
argument. It's like most of the harm from prostitution isn't strictly the sexually transmitted infections. Because most of those, aside from HIV, are something that can be
He was-
dealt with for the most part.
he was saying there was a lot of people
Purpose is
being
forever.
forced into it.
Yeah, he was talking about the prostitution rings and the forced
And
nature
I
of it,
can-
with pimps and so forth.
I can see his point to a certain degree, but then again, there are also people, I'm sure, that just like I know a lot of people that wouldn't for the goddamn life of them want to be a stripper, but I know a lot of girls that fucking love being a stripper.
Yeah, and
I
there's
knew
people that are porn
like it
stars
when-
that hate it, and there's people that are porn stars that love it. So
Exactly.
I knew this one girl. She loved being a stripper. Loved it. The men
Girls
would
and-
give her money and attention, and yeah, she loved that shit.
Exactly.
but to address Shaggy's statement, if it's going to happen anyway, that's typically used in cases of when you're talking about abortion, for example. But that doesn't. I wouldn't apply that to necessarily sex work in general, because kind of like
No,
marijuana, people are going
well,
to go and
Hey,
get
man.
marijuana regardless of whether it is legal or not. That is absolutely going to happen. It's been proven. Prohibition was a thing here in the United States. It's the only amendment that's ever been repealed, and that was basically the government saying, we're sorry, because they tried to make us a dry country.
a lot of it has to do with the stigma behind the whole, just behind sex in and of itself.
Say my name.
Well, funny thing about prohibition, you could go like where marijuana is legal for medical reasons in this country, the states where it is. You could go to a doctor during prohibition, and he could write you a prescription for alcohol, and you could go to the pharmacist and get alcohol.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah.
That is a fact.
It was
I-
medicinal
I'm-
use for alcohol then.
Well, where I live, it's recreational, so
Well, you're lucky.
I don't smoke it, so I don't give a shit, to be perfectly honest.
Well, but has crime gone down?
Drug-related crime? I don't live in an area where there's a lot of drug-related crime, so to be perfectly honest, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Vocês falando, pessoal.
Okay, Yago?
Oh, you say my. I like this.
But no, I wouldn't say. I would say that the way that with the it's going to happen anyway. I do kind of see marijuana sort of heading that way. It's
Well-
already legal a whole lot of other places, and it's getting legalized across the United States by it, be it either medicinal or recreational. Realistically, I do see that it's going to be legalized across most of the United States pretty soon.
And if
But sex work, I don't see that happening. I don't
That's a tougher nut. Yeah, that's a tougher.
Well,
nut
like
to
I
crack.
said, because like I said, I think it's a lot of it has to do behind the. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the stigma the church has put on it.
Yeah, the church has put a huge stigma on it, and it's going to continue to do so.
Oh yeah.
It's not like you could just say it one day religion just evaporated, because it's not going to happen. It's a long time before that happens.
As much as some of us may wish that would, but.
One person within the comments would like to know how we're going to catch government officials cheating if prostitution is legalized.
Okay.
We need to get them. Well, I guess we'd have to get better NSA agents then.
Well, like I was actually trying to say in the chat, if it ever does become legalized around me, god damn it, I don't want to pay no pussy tax.
Then don't hire a prostitute. In that case, get married.
Another little fun fact: when Prohibition collapsed, the reason that all these other drugs were made illegal is because they had that government agency, and that none of those people had anything to do. So they had to make a bunch of other stuff illegal. Cocaine used to be in Coca-Cola.
Cocaine used to be in a lot of things.
Oh yeah, heroin used to be in a lot of things.
Yep.
Pot was legal. Hemp,
actually,
industrial hemp. I mean,
yeah,
they made a bunch of stuff
farmers.
illegal just to keep those guys employed back in the 20s.
Yeah, they used to pay farmers to grow hemp. I think. I heard this.
My grandmother. I remember my grandmother had a in her when she was still alive. She had a whole bunch of like the old medicinal things. She had it was something for babies' teething. That
it had heroin in it.
It had heroin in it.
There used
that
to
was
be
what it said right on it.
There used to be opium dens in California. You walk right in there and fucking smoke opium all day long.
My grandma had a bottle of laudanum.
The fuck is laudanum?
I'll let you explain it.
Laudanum?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
It's like a derivative of oh gosh, it's like opium, but oh god, it's opium. It's a tincture of opium, basically.
I love you.
Not to detract, but why are all the really old things that work really well? Why do they all have side effects? I mean, all these drugs with like heroin and fucking coke in them, they worked well, but they had side effects.
Laudanum had some serious.
Even asbestos, bro. Fucking it works well, but it's dangerous as shit.
There's a lot of drugs nowadays that have side effects as well.
Oh yeah.
Laudanum's side effect was death.
Yeah, laudanum would kill you if you took too much.
Ritalin was messed up, bro.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. I
was part of the Ritalin trials
for a long time. Yeah, so was I. I was raised on Ritalin. That stuff sucked. I don't know about any of you or if any of you took it, but I ended up getting a really nasty facial tic over it.
No, I kid you not, I would sit and stare at a wall's paint, just looking for cracks in the wall for like hours.
I had this thing. What mine was I would be trying to be blinking my eyes, but I would be blinking them like as hard as possible, and I always felt like I wasn't blinking them hard enough, so I would just sit there and just keep on blinking my eyes.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where you think you knew me.
I knew a kid who did that.
Well, maybe it's a common thing then. I don't know.
Yeah, no, man. I would always have a tick. Even if I managed to get rid of a tick, it was replacing it with another tick.
That was the one that I remember until I just refused it.
I had this pretty shitty tick, and because of it, my canine teeth, the sharp ones on the right side of my mouth, are dull because I'd clack them together. That was my tick.
Grinding your teeth?
Nah, not even grinding. I would just like tap them furiously, like not grinding, just like quick taps. But I would like do it furiously, and then I would I'd always count to 16, and then I'd stop, and then 5 seconds later, 16 again.
So he was like that guy from Hellraiser that was smacking his teeth together all the time.
Yeah, but it was just those two teeth.
Did you see the one where they took away their powers, and it turns out that Chatter Cenobite was a little kid?
Yep.
That was fucked up.
That's you. Sorry.
Sorry, we went
That
on
was
a tangent there with horror movies.
It happens.
Horror movies are like funny to me. The only ones that really kind of creep me out are the ones that could actually happen.
The only horror movie I ever got like any kind of nightmares about, I watched when I was way, way young. And I remember which movie it was. It was Pet Sematary, and I think I was 8.
Ooh, Pet Sematary is a good one, but I can see why a little kid would get freaked out by that. Because they're talking about a little kid coming back from the dead and killing people. Yeah.
True that.
That one freaked me the fuck out. But now I actually find them really fun. I love horror movies.
No,
the one that I watched.
Go ahead.
The one that I watched when I was a little kid, we had HBO way back in the early 80s, and the original The Thing came on HBO, and I made the mistake of watching that, and that fucked me up for like months.
I had to get into horror by watching black and white Walking Dead. I couldn't handle it until then, and now I'm into like the hard shit, I think. I mean, nothing scares me anymore. It's sad that I had to get started on like the most pussy shit.
I'd probably say the only one that I would be unwilling to watch is I'd probably say that there was that Human Centipede one. Only just because I think that sounds gross.
Yeah,
I was
the only
3 years
reason.
old when
It's not going to scare me. I think it's just fucking gross.
I was 3 years old when my parents made me sit through Tremors.
Tremors.
It wasn't bad, but I was 3 years old and I got spooked.
That's a good movie. That's a very good movie.
It's a good movie. I watch it now and I enjoy it.
But like I said, the ones that messed me up the most, like as far as actual fear, like I find most of it just ridiculous. But like Misery messed me up because fucking Kathy Bates did that perfectly, and that could actually freaking happen. Some crazy psycho woman could come and chop your feet off. Fuck you.
Well, another one that I saw that kind of creeped me out, not as bad, was good old-fashioned Stephen King
The Shining was kind of creepy too. If you took out
I didn't really find that one creepy.
The guy going nuts.
It's a good movie. That's one of Jack Nicholson's fucking faming
classic
glory movies. That's one of his best, absolutely. And that one, I found that kind of a little-ish, but I enjoyed that. Even I think I was like 11 when I saw that or something like that. But I've watched it a bunch of times, and it's a really good movie, obviously.
Oh, you want to talk about Jack Nicholson's top 3 performances? It's in The Shining, it's in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and it's as the Joker in the original Batman.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's.
You'd have a tough time taking away A Few Good Men from him, though.
That's really good too. Yeah, you're right about that. Top 4. There you go.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, yeah, A Few Good Men is definitely another one of his good ones.
You can't handle the truth.
Handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
That is a very good one.
And he's basically just screaming, "You can't handle my cock."
Basically, he's basically saying,
"You can't handle this cock.
You can't handle the fact that I told him to do it."
You're goddamn right, I did.
All right, you just confessed to a crime. See you later, fucker.
Oh shit! Are we live streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, we are. Oh,
now we're age rated.
Yes, we are aging. We are dating ourselves on YouTube. Go ahead. Tell people how old you are.
Well, we're all talking about movies from the 80s and shit like that, so that should pretty much give it away.
Yes, Molly Ringwald, Sweet 16.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, Breakfast Club's
How you
better.
doing?
Breakfast Club was awesome. I love that movie. Breakfast Club.
My very first werewolf movie that I ever saw was American Werewolf in London, and that when he changed in the living room, that scared the shit out of me. I was like 9, maybe, when I saw it on HBO. 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Alright, so I just posted my biggest fear within the live chat, the stream chat. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah, boy.
Let's check this out.
I'm confused. You're afraid of being an ape that's
monkey?
spearfishing? I don't get it.
Evolution.
Being stabbed by a
Evolution.
monkey while you're swimming?
It looks like a monkey that's spearfishing. I think I saw something about that.
They're learning. They're learning.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
well,
be.
we learned
I'd be
too,
more worried
so-
about be more worried about the computers learning because
Terminator.
that's actually happening. I remember watching a couple of interesting things about the AIs, and they would there was this one wicked funny one that I saw. They were asking this AI girl. I'll see if I can find the video later on. And they asked her, "Are you a threat?" And then she said, "No." And then put this wicked, creepy smile on her face.
Fuck. Oh, have y'all watched the latest season of Black Mirror?
No.
Oh, I'm not gonna spoil it for you then. There's this creepy ass AI thing that they're doing this latest season. Oh man, it's creepy as shit.
If that's a TV show, I don't watch much TV, so
It's Netflix.
yeah, I don't really watch. I watch YouTube and any movies I happen to see that I want to watch. Other than that, well, yeah, stuff on Netflix and Hulu and YouTube. Basically.
Well, Black Mirror is kind of like an updated version of the Twilight Zone, except on Netflix they can go a lot harder because it's not on TV.
Oh yeah, okay. They don't have to worry about the censors as much.
Yeah, check it out. It's been like 3 seasons of it, I think, and then
wow.
this last one's been just wild.
Now he's
What's it
talking
called
about
again?
Netflix. It's Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. Let me
Yeah,
scroll that down real quick.
He's talking
Black
about
Mirror.
he's talking about Netflix, and I'm going to take this full circle because we were talking about marijuana earlier here, legalizing it. Well, there's a show on there called Disjointed, and Kathy Bates. Yeah, see what I did there? She's
I heard about that.
she's
Yeah, look,
Going
circular
full circle. Going full circle.
She's the proprietress. She's the proprietress of a medical marijuana shop in California. It's fucking hilarious. It's horrible acting for the most part. It's all overacted, but it's supposed to be this parody. It's supposed to be bad acting. So it's hilarious.
Oh, okay. It's so bad it's good. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, one of
But
those.
she does a good job. She does a really good job as you could see her with long gray hair as a hippie, can't you, Kathy Bates? Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if I'd go as far as dreadlocks, but yeah, maybe.
No, she doesn't have dreadlocks, but she's hippie.
Well,
She's-
hippies, dreadlocks.
She's a marijuana.
They do kind of go hand in hand.
No, but
I know a few hippies.
Yeah.
Well, actually, dreadlocks are from the Rastafarian religion from Jamaica. That's what.
Which a lot of that has to do with smoking pot and a lot of hippies. I mean, it's another one of those things that just kind of tie in with each other. I dated a hippie girl in high school. She was fun.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
sure.
man. Bye, boys. I love American.
But that was back when I was actually still smoking. So
That's cool. We love you too, Yago.
and there he goes.
And there you go. I have no idea. So I'm looking at this person's Google Plus, their YouTube. They got one person. They got one subscriber, and they come in here and they start talking about.
Okay.
No, I don't really have a whole lot of subscribers, but I don't really make a whole lot of videos.
Well, neither does this person, but are sitting there coming in here talking about atheists and preaching and word of evolution, our almighty Darwin, and this, that, and the other.
Almighty Darwin.
Oh God.
Their name is For the Truth. They're saying atheism is a dead-end religion. I hate to tell this to you, For the Truth. Atheism is not a religion.
In no way,
God.
shape, or form.
Nope.
It's an answer to one question. Have you proven your God is real?
I would just ask one of these people that says if atheism is a religion, okay, if they want to say atheism is a religion, what would you call someone who doesn't have one?
Yeah, what do you call someone who doesn't have actual religion?
If atheism is a religion, what do you call someone who doesn't have one?
The sarcasm's on overload, and so is my alt key. My alt key is very much on overload as I hover over your name and the trash can.
And just wait.
Oh, ruh-roh. Not me, right?
No, not you guys. I'm talking about in the chat. Now, if I do that, if you do that as a moderator or a channel owner in a chat, it's really cool because these buttons come up. And one of them is.
Oh no, I know. Well, there's a lot of channels that I actually am. So, actually, I literally just left. Which one was it? Cognitive Thought.
So you know what I'm talking about. You get the little
pretty much,
and the hourglass.
Pretty much everybody has a wrench on Cognitive Thoughts. So.
Yeah. So you get those three things, and if I hit the minus sign.
Oh yeah,
it'll just take them out of the channel. Bye. If I hit the
you get to kick the timeout,
and then you get the trash. Just deletes one message. So I got those options here, and
I've been chat mod before.
Well,
so yeah, no, I know that.
When I'm king. I've got the little crown. So
Bull is God.
Bow to me.
I'm God today. God can be a lot of different people on this channel, though. This is a brand channel for Great Debate Community. So, it's not just me that's God here. We're a pantheon.
No, actually, I just joined this the server and the YouTube thing probably about a week ago or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to actually kind of have a little bit of fun here and talk to people, you know.
Good.
Somebody, dude.
We try.
And especially since, you know, I'd probably say I've gotten into a few debates with a few people here and there. The only one that anybody actually probably knows is I got into a little bit of a shouting match for a little while with G-Man. That was interesting.
Hey, Archie, do you like masturbation?
Do I what?
Like masturbation.
Why wouldn't I?
Alright, welcome to the community.
G-Man is a joke. G-Man is a joke. Just try to stay as far away from him as you can.
I still think, as Aaron Ross says, I still kind of think he's a Poe.
No, he actually believes the shit.
No.
Yeah,
he does.
Yes.
He believes it, but he's really malicious. Like, there's evidence of him doxing fellow Christians. There's all kinds of stuff.
True that.
Well, that's not cool. That I don't like. There's no reason to do that.
He even threatened to dox someone's, and he admitted to it in a hangout. He threatened to dox someone's children's school. Where they go to school at.
Okay, that's even more than fucked up. You don't fucking dox someone's kids. That is not fucking acceptable.
G-Man of late has done a lot of screwed up things, and he's tended to levels of insanity previously unheard of. Let's just put it that way.
No, I didn't know he was going to go off on that much off the deep end. Damn.
Yeah, and I think it has to do with the fact that he's desperate for people to pay attention, and the less people that actually pay attention to him,
he has to kick shit up to make a name for himself.
He has to amp it up. His ratio of views to subs is abysmal. I mean, I'm not even trying with my channel, and I've got a C on social. What's the heck is that stupid site? Socialite or whatever. Social Blade. Yeah, he's got a C plus, and he is trying desperately. I'm not even freaking trying with my own channel.
But the thing is, if he actually tried and actually like made an effort to, actually try to fucking talk to people, he would probably be doing, even if he was just getting in debates with people, he would be fucking killing it. He would be killing it.
He could be a star if he was doing well and could articulate, but then he wouldn't be G-Man. That's kind of the problem.
That is true. I'll give you that.
That's kind of the problem with it.
Articulation is not his fortitude. Definitely no. But that's actually kind of one of the things that makes him funny, because sometimes it seems like he can't word.
I'll say this about G-Man. He's got his own version of the no true Scotsman fallacy, where he's the only true Scotsman.
Right. That's G-Man in a
okay.
nutshell.
That's
Nobody's
that's
a Christian except him. If you don't believe exactly what he believes, you are not a Christian. That extends to Ronnie, Veckel, Tommy Hall, and Antonio Fletcher. So if those four people don't kiss his ass and suck his dick, then they're not Christians either. So
you
gotta believe it.
More than that, if they do not support him, if they do not protect him and cuddle him,
right.
Like his last video of Jake, due to the fact that she is not defending Ronnie or him, she is not a Christian. You have to defend them to be a Christian under their eyes.
You gotta give him a nice ball rub while you're defending him too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you don't revere him, then he takes offense. If his word is not gospel, he's gonna get fucking triggered and butthurt all at the same time.
Oh yes, he does. But it's actually that's the sad part, is getting him triggered and butthurt is so fucking amusing. It really is.
And then,
I watch.
You just got to keep him on the line long enough to make it worth it.
And Dragnot Silvus just keeps, he basically is doing to G-Man what G-Man is doing to everyone else. Like if G-Man does something,
it's hilarious to watch.
He turns around and does it right back to G-Man. So this BS he pulled with Jade West, he turned around and did it to G-Man, and he keeps doing it. So he's like, you want to start talking about other people's families? Fine, let's talk about your family. Let's talk about this wife that you said you had but we never saw. And you don't talk about her anymore, and apparently you got a divorce. Let's talk about your work. You want to dox people? How many times have you doxed yourself? And he's not actually putting information that G-Man hasn't put in public himself. Right.
I'm going full circle again.
Yeah. It is. It's ridiculous. But the point is I think the less people that actually pay attention to G-Man, so you'll have a channel with, what has he got, 10,000 subscribers now?
I don't know.
Something like that, and he'll get 10 views per video. I think once that shit starts happening, and all the people that are watching are just his little fan club,
he's not going to start reaching out. I really don't think he is.
That's when you get trapped in the bubble.
Yeah, he's going to turn into his own version of the Westboro Baptist Church, where they're all fucking camped on the hill, and it's going to be the G-Man Westboro Baptist Church up there.
Well, and then we'll have to rely on the Black Hebrew Israelites to go take care of him. And they'll take him to the funny farm. And
he already thinks he's a ministry. Just him.
That's right. I forgot about that.
With no backing by anyone. Just him. He's a ministry.
That's true. And Iago, if you don't quit sending me messages, I'm going to block you.
Yeah, Iago, you're in here. You haven't said much of anything.
Yago, if you don't quit sending me messages.
Well, he was
Alright,
saying a couple memes, that's about it.
Alright.
Okay, you gotta turn your vibrator. You gotta turn your vibrator off.
Oi.
Okay, I muted and blocked him, so I don't hear him anymore. Y'all deal with him.
Ciao.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Muting you too, bro. Sorry, dude.
Who, me?
No, not you.
No. No, not you.
Yago.
But you need to turn off your background speakers somehow, or turn
I
them
did.
down.
I closed. It was the video.
It was a
Okay.
stream.
It happens.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
I took his rolls away. You have malfunctioning audio, and I'll take your rolls away. If you start, your rolls are gone, Yago. I'm not gonna let you talk. You're gonna be a jerk.
Ouch.
Oh, you gotta be a member to talk in here.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Well, then I'm glad I actually did ask for a member. Oh, but I'm the only one that's not a VIP. Weak sauce. Oh well.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, he
about
sent
that.
me a. Oh, he sent me a fucking. He sent me a fucking friend request. Yago, I don't know you.
You need to participate if you're gonna be talking, Yago. You can't just send us random stuff. I don't know what
Yeah,
it is
like-
you sent me.
That's kind of bullshit, man.
No, I specifically came in here specifically looking to participate. That's why I came on here, because I wanted to participate.
I just hopped
Bring
on.
it at me, bro.
Huh?
I just hopped on because I saw the stream going on. It's like, so we're talking about legalizing who to the what now?
Well,
It started off as we were watching
Godless Cranium's channel.
Oh,
And
God,
they-
yeah, we were watching Godless Cranium about legalizing prostitution. And it kind of went off into a few tangents here and there, but it kind of stayed a little bit more or less on a point.
Legalizing prostitution?
Yes.
Topics may vary, man. Topics may vary.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And why was he saying that we should push for prostitution to be
Well,
to be legal?
Godless Cranium himself wasn't making the argument. He was co-hosting with Kyle Curtis from the Non Sequitur show, and they were actually in there with Max Colby and Luciano Gonzalez. So Luciano was arguing for the legalization. Obviously, Max Colby was not, because we all know how Max is. It's a no-brainer that he would not want prostitution. So, but they were both very well spoken. Max did not turn into full Max.
He got close.
No.
He got close a couple times. I could tell he was about ready to go down the rabbit hole, but
Full max?
full Max. But no, he didn't.
Although
do
it seemed like the more of the conversation ended up happening after he left.
Well, yeah,
Which-
because then Luciano and Kyle started getting into it
Yeah.
because, and I could kind of see both their points, but I think Kyle's a little bit naive when it comes to the way the justice system works. And he's a little bit idyllic. He seems
That's
to
true.
think there's no room for gray, and everybody's going to be, oh, she was a victim of the system and she was forced into it. Not that, oh, she's a sex worker. Yeah, well, you know. But again, I also see the fact that it's not going to be something you can just legalize overnight because there's this religious
The stigma, like I said.
stigma, the religious stigma of it. You can't. Same reason we don't get legalized weed overnight, because you have people like Jeff Sessions and
No, jeez.
Oh, wasn't Jeff Sessions a fundamentalist?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of it
big
stems
time.
from that. A lot of it stems from the fundamentalist Christian perspective. A lot of the problems.
I may be Christian, but I'm gonna say, honestly, if you look at the data, crime goes down when weed's legalized.
More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, especially, you don't have to hide it anymore. So there's a lot less shady shit going on in the alleyways and stuff like that.
And
You
when
know-
you can go into a shop and buy just weed, you don't have the damn dealer telling you, oh, well, you know, this coke, man, it'll do you better. This heroin, it'll do you better. This LSD, it'll do you better.
You're not buying grass clippings.
Yeah, you just go in the shop and you buy your pot and you walk out and you go home and you get stoned.
And
yeah, you go home, grab a bag of Cheetos, sit down, watch some Scooby-Doo, then you're good.
Oh, goddamn, fuck some Scooby-Doo.
And the other thing about it is you don't have... People say, well, it makes you paranoid. Well, the reason you get paranoid when you're smoking pot is because you're worried that something is going to someone's going to bust you.
Actually, that's the reason that I don't smoke it anymore, is because last time I did smoke it, which was probably like maybe 10 years ago, I was like hide under the bed paranoid.
Yeah, always looking over your shoulder and shit.
Right. Well,
no, like I couldn't even leave the fucking house. Like,
when I was in Colorado,
I completely stopped smoking it because of that.
When I was in Colorado, I used to live in Colorado, and I moved to Florida because they passed Amendment 2 in 2016, or whatever it was, Bill 2 to legalize medically, because I'm epileptic. I figured I could get it. Apparently, there's more to it in Florida because it's a red state. It's Florida, for fuck's sake. So,
oh yeah, I live in Florida.
I'm in Massachusetts. Now. It's legal. It's completely recreational where I am. I don't know if there's any dispensaries around there. If not, they're going to be showing up. But like I said, I don't do it, so I haven't been watching it.
I don't do it either because honestly, I don't want to mess up my lungs. Plus, I have sinus.
I smoke, so that doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm allergic to cigarette smoke, and I'm not sure if I'm allergic to the smoke that comes off of marijuana, but I'd rather not find out.
Well, there's other ways to take
not the same thing. Yeah.
I was going to say
no, it's not even close to the same thing.
There's other ways to take it too, but my point
Plus,
is,
I don't want to mess myself up. Honestly, I'd rather have a normal working body.
Well,
if you don't want to, nobody's going to force you into it.
No one's saying you have to do it, right? But my whole thing is like when I was in Colorado and I was using it for seizure control and PTSD, I did not feel paranoid. It was very refreshing. It was like, hey, I'm gonna go smoke some weed and then go walk to the convenience store and get my snacks, and then go walk home and then watch.
Well, no, I remember back when I was in high school. What would happen was me and my friend, a good friend of mine, I lived within walking distance of his house, get off the bus at his stop, we'd smoke a bowl, and then we would just sit there and fucking play video games until I had to walk home.
That's basically what I did.
That's pretty much what happened.
Play Legend of Zelda until your eyes fucking bleed, and then you're like, I gotta go to bed.
Well, we would actually be killing each other in like Mortal Kombat or something like that, but you know.
Well, we did that too. They fucking hated me as Scorpion. Oh, they fucking hated me.
You were Scorpion? I was usually, I was Scorpion in the earlier ones, and then I was Machine Smoke. I was motherfucking unbeatable as Machine Smoke.
Yeah. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, I actually did some analysis of the X-ray moves once. And I think the X-ray moves would kill you faster than the fatalities would.
The what?
The new Mortal Kombat games have X-ray moves.
I don't know anything about that.
My sister would kick my ass with Melina all the time because she'd do that teleport kick.
Machine Smoke had the teleport punch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but one of the X-ray moves you can get is where Raiden basically boots you up into the sky and then rains lightning down on your butt, literally whilst you're still in the sky, and then makes you impact solid ground. So you've got Raiden's boot kicking. You got whatever Raiden does, he kicks you into the air, I think, really high. So you're going from 0 to whatever speed you're reaching to get to the stratus, to get to like the high end of the troposphere in like a couple of seconds. So you're definitely gonna have re-entry heating. And then you get struck by lightning whilst in inside a massive condensation mass where there's probably going to be rain everywhere, so you're covered in water, which means you got the electricity coursing all over your body at that point.
Seems like the games have gotten a lot more elaborate since I remember.
And then Raiden then shoots you back down to the ground, and you hit it after a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I'm used to playing stuff on like my N64 at school because I went to a vocational school, and the class that I took was electronics. And as it turned out, the school that I went to, we only had like maybe during the vocational week, we only had to listen to, 2-3 classes. And then we basically just dicked around for the rest of the week. So there was the PlayStation side of the class and the N64 side of the class. And I was the N64 side of the class. So we were playing like Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Super Mario Kart, stuff like that. And obviously we were at the back of the building, so we were able to run out the back behind the dumpster, smoke a quick doobie, and then run back up before anybody would notice. Of course, I think my shop teacher probably did that a few times also because he was always sitting there munching on chips constantly.
Oh, I had a assistant principal at my high school who would go out every day at lunch. We would watch him from my science class. He would go out to his car and walking back into class.
Nose candy.
Oh yeah. But I started on the original Nintendo. I had like a crosshatch and 2 buttons to play with.
Oh yeah, no. I was born in the very, very early 80s. So yeah, my first was the regular. I don't have that Nintendo. I still have the Super Nintendo. I still got my N64, and
what about the Game Boy?
Never had a Game Boy.
The Game Boy. No.
I never had the Game Boy. Actually, I liked the which is the one that I had. I had the Sega Game Gear. I liked it because it was backlit.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's one of the reasons I liked it, and I also had the extra battery pack. So when we went on long trips, just plug the battery pack in, and the batteries don't die as quick. Didn't really have a whole lot of games for it, but.
So that you played N64 and you played PlayStation and you played Sega.
Well, the Game Gear was the only Sega thing I had. I was on the Nintendo side. My brother was on the PlayStation side, so we had an N64 and a PlayStation at home. My brother was sitting there. I was sitting there usually like playing Mario stuff and GoldenEye and Perfect Dark stuff like that. And my brother was sitting there doing like the Final Fantasy one, which I can't say was bad because I did play through the Final Fantasy game on the PlayStation. It was pretty good.
Well, when I switched from the Super Nintendo to the Nintendo 64, I was like, this is a whole nother world. And I played Ocarina of Time and beat that shit in like a week.
See, that's one of the things I don't like about the games they're coming out with. Some of the games they're coming out with now. The games back, I bet when you and I were growing up, when they were hard, they were fucking hard.
They were insanely hard.
They were like, just normal would be like insane hardcore now.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'd like to see some of these youngins try and go through Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh my God, my sister!
Luck.
I got a story for you. My sister fucking played that game on the was it the Super Nintendo or the regular Nintendo?
That's the regular Nintendo. No, that's the regular Nintendo.
Okay, she played that game for a week. Would not turn it off even when she went to school and slept. Left it on, paused the game. All the way till she beat it. She beat it the first time, and then when it said
you gotta beat it again,
go back in, she was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
That's a fucking. I think for me, I think that was one of my first real fucking rage quit games.
Yeah, it was one for her too. She was like, "Fuck it, I ain't doing this shit again."
But the thing is, the NES controller, that could take being chucked up against the wall a few times. It still works fine.
Oh yeah, slammed into the floor, bounced off the damn dresser, whatever you had to do to get the rage out.
Well,
throwing at my brother, that happened a few times too.
So apparently the N64 now has to be registered as a lethal weapon in all 50 states.
What?
I was joking.
We're not even talking about the N64
controller it's got. Yeah.
The N6. Well, it's got 3. I could see where 2 of them can go. Where's the third one gonna go?
Either way.
You know one we played for the I think it was for was Donkey Kong Country the original one for the Super Nintendo?
N64. No, the first one I played was on the N64.
I think it first came out on the Super Nintendo because I remember
if it did, I didn't. If it did, I didn't play it. The first one I played was on the N64.
Well, I'd play Donkey Kong and she'd play the other guy, Diddy Kong. Is that the other guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Diddy.
and we'd take turns. And man, we fucking hated that game, but we still played it. It was hard as hell.
Oh, it was. Oh no, it definitely was. Didn't really get to play. I mean, I got to play most of my gaming. Like I said, was actually done at school because I was actually raised in. I was raised in a ridiculously strict Christian household. Ridiculously strict. Like I didn't even get to even listen to the fucking radio until I was like 14. That strict.
Do you know who Iron Maiden is?
Yes, I know who I.
Okay.
I ain't dead. Well, no, because I would sneak down. I would sneak downstairs to my. I would sneak downstairs to my. My father had the workshop in the basement, and he'd be sitting there like blasting the Eagles and stuff like that, and I would go down there and hang out with him.
Oh, Hotel California. Oh, that's Satan, man. That's Satan.
My mom hated that stuff. My mom hated that stuff.
Stairway to Heaven, that's Satan, man. That's the devil.
Oh yeah, no, it throws the freaking some Led Zeppelin on. Oh, ooh.
What about Motley Crue?
Oh my God.
Well, what he actually had right next to the his workbench, he had a it was supposed to be mounted in a car, but he mounted it in the side of the workbench. It was an 8-track player.
Ah.
So he had 2 friggin' drawers full of 8 tracks, and me and my brother, anytime my mom wasn't home, me and my brother would always be sitting there jamming those things there, fucking jamming out.
Cool.
And then we'd hear my mother come home. Oh, okay, run upstairs. Or actually, no, we would usually run outside because we were also the type of people that as soon as we got home, if my mother was home, the first thing she would do is kick us outside. Don't come back until it's dark. Which, to be perfectly honest, that's fine with me. Me and my brother, we went out into the woods. We went out into the woods. Well, no, this is even when we were like 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh shit!
Off into the woods, building tree forts and stuff like that. Riding our bikes around the neighborhood, shooting each other with pellet guns. Stuff kids back then did, which is now probably illegal. Because I can definitely tell you for one thing right now, if you're one of my friends and you were caught wearing a helmet while riding your bike, ooh, you goddamn right we're gonna push you over.
You fucking pussy.
Exactly. It's like I remember another interesting game that I haven't seen too many kids play recently, and I can kind of understand why, because I got hurt playing it a bunch of times. Some of you have probably heard of flashlight tag.
Oh yeah.
You ever run into shit in the dark?
Ow!
All the time. All the time.
There was over a friend of mine, Dan's house. He this kid, what was his name? Steve, decided to hide in it was a 55-gallon drum that had the top cut off. He decided to jump in there and hide in that. So we all saw he was in there. So we all rolled him down the fucking hill in the drum.
Nerd. No, but talking about Motley Crue, I have their Black album floating around here somewhere. The Shout at the Devil album. Oh,
What about-
I love that album.
What about Bon Jovi?
I had that. I actually went to see Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet.
wow.
Pussy. Pussy.
You're-
Pussy.
Journey?
That says pussy right there.
But Cinderella opened for him, so it was pretty good. Cinderella
So-
did all right.
Cinderella's another good one. Yeah, that's back in the that's the hair metal.
What
stuff.
about Journey?
Oh, I'm dating myself. God damn it. Yes, I have Journey floating around here somewhere too. And a bunch of Kiss albums.
Journey, you got some friggin' White Snake or
Yes!
some. Or
Here I
some,
go again by Whitesnake. I like that. Van Halen.
another one of my
Van Halen
friends who's
1984.
approximately around my age. He was a huge fan of Great White.
They were pretty good until they burned that goddamn club down.
Until they burned the fucking club down. Yeah. Well, they had so much pyrotechnics and fucking,
But you would think you would know better.
They did what?
They burn a club down
They
and
burned
killed
the
like
club
20 people.
down. Yeah, because they had pyrotechnics in this dinky little club and burnt the fucking place down.
Yeah, that's why I usually say that pyrotechnics stay outside.
That should be that way, but they
Exactly.
wanted to. Apparently, they wanted to go out with a bang.
No.
Well,
That's one way to put it.
AC/DC, wait, what was that tour where they had all the cannons? They got banned. They got banned from a stadium. I mean, from not a stadium, from a arena in North Carolina because when they shot off those cannons, it blew out all the ceiling tiles.
Yeah, I was gonna say they ended up getting like noise complaints and stuff like that.
They blew out the ceiling tiles?
Yes.
Well, shit started falling off the walls and off the ceilings because they were being so loud. Which, you know what? If you're gonna go to a rock concert, motherfuck, it better be loud. But bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean, they were like using real cannons. I mean, they didn't have ordnance in them, but they were like fully charged.
Boom!
Well, no, I've been to a few. Well, actually, I'd probably say the last time I was at a show that actually had yeah, exactly like you said, wasn't fully. It had no ordnance in them, but they were fully loaded cannons. It was in. I said I live in Massachusetts. This was in Boston. It was the 4th of July in Boston.
1812 Overture.
You motherfucking right. They had 6 cannons lined up at the shore. They started playing the 1812 Overture, and I was a lot closer than I thought I was because god damn, that was loud.
Da, boom! Da, da, da,
Boom! Ring.
It's like, wait, so Boston, Massachusetts, and then the moment you said 4th of July, it's like, oh, I know this one. It's the 1812 Overture.
Oh yeah, no, it absolutely was the 1812 Overture. Well, that's kind of the cliche 4th of July song.
No, you got that wrong. That's the Star Spangled Banner.
No.
I'll let y'all argue this out. I got to go get another beer. I'll be right back.
Okay, I still
Speaking
have
of
mine
drinks,
here.
Looks
Oh,
like movie night might be coming up soon.
I actually just cracked this one, so I'm good for
Ooh,
right
Psy
now.
Strike? Is Psy Strike coming on soon?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm gonna message the panel members chat.
Are you a panel member over there?
Actually, yeah, I'm on movie night nowadays. Last week I wasn't on because I was actually doing something in Elite Dangerous. Have you ever heard of the Fuel Rats?
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I'm paying attention to the outside chat. I'm half ready to actually hide someone on the channel.
Flurfer?
No.
Is there still people? going back and forth in there? You serious?
For the Truth seems to think that war is inevitable, and they're a warmonger, and it's all religious, and everybody's an infidel if they don't believe, basically, is what they're saying.
Well, yeah, if Kim Jong-un and Trump start continuing on this current path, war's gonna be inevitable.
They're saying, now we got a war in Syria raging, and the Bible speaks about Damascus, Syria, becoming a ruinous heap and cease from being a city, and we can see it's now being bombed and demolished. They're basically talking about prophecy, and they say we can't speak of prophecy. Like, how are we going to have a conversation with this person? This is just. Then they were talking about. They talked about the 6-Day War with the Arab nations, and they were talking about how that coincides with Genesis.
Oh God, one of those people.
One of those people, yeah.
Oh dear.
Facepalm.
They seem to think that there's no reason we should even try to strive for peace. They don't seem to understand that most of the reason for the war is religion.
Most.
I'm not saying there's not political reasons for war. I'm not saying that. There's other ideological reasons.
Fair enough.
There's other ideological reasons for war, but most of them are right now are religious. Although they are driven by ideology. I will put that out there. At this point, religion is an excuse, but still, it's there. It's a.
I actually will completely agree with you on that. Completely agree.
I'm back.
It wasn't always that way. It was the other way around. The ideology was the excuse. Now the religion's the excuse.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm back, and I will say, fuck all three of y'all for pointing out that I talk and sound like a hick.
I never said that.
I never said that.
I'm just fucking with y'all.
Well, you know what? I'm surprised none of y'all friggin' said the first time I came in here. Oh, go ahead. Say I parked my car in Harvard Yard.
Wait. This might be just the length of rope I need.
What, to hang me?
People
to hang myself, apparently.
To hang themselves. So
I think we just rule. I think we just spooled it out ourselves.
No.
By the way, what is with the spider?
What?
What did I just walk into?
What spider?
There's an image with a rather ginormous spider.
Oh, we were talking about freaking hunter spiders in Australia.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, that. Thank goodness Australia's a waterlocked continent.
There's a lot of very, very dangerous and venomous things on Australia.
Which is why I'm glad it's a waterlocked continent.
Fortunately for you, that spider is not actually harmful. Other than if it bites your ass, it's going to hurt.
But you won't die.
Either way, Australia is better known as the land down under, also known as hell.
You can never die in the arms of Jesus.
So basically, you are an anti-Semitic person.
Who, me?
No, this person in the outside chat. Are you against Jews or something? Do you have a problem with Jewish people?
No, I have a problem with.
No, I'm talking to them.
I have a problem with racism.
I'm talking to them. They can hear me too. I'm waiting for them to respond.
Wondering where you're chatting.
I'm chatting in the YouTube chat.
Oh, I already left that.
Well, I'm
crap.
I'm the one streaming, so I kind of can't leave it.
Oh, you could send me a link, so I can get back in and see what the hell's going on.
Hold on.
Oh, and I also heard that GeoStreamer's actually doing a thing with Jism.
Oh, he's interesting as well.
Who, Jism or Geostreamer?
Jism.
Oh, Jism's not interesting. He's just stupid.
He's, well, yeah, but sometimes he's funny stupid. I've never actually got to really debate a flat earther.
Oh
Always
no,
wanted
we're
to.
doing Mike Helmick for the first thing on movie night. Oh gosh. Oh no, this is gonna suck.
So when is he starting?
Oh, he postponed it last night to tonight.
Okay, so, but that doesn't answer my question. What time?
Midnight Eastern.
Midnight. So we got 40 more minutes. Okay.
Tonight.
I'm just gonna have to do that. There we go.
No, I see what's going on in the world for truth. It's not that I don't see what's going on in the world for the truth. It's just I don't necessarily agree with your interpretation that the Bible has anything to do with it, or that there's any prophecy involved of it, or that these people who wrote that book 2,000 years ago had any clue that any of this shit was going to happen. War has been going on the entire time during that 2,000 year period. There was not a single decade of peace that entire time.
Longer
I
than
don't.
that. Longer than that.
Knew about the Manhattan Project.
Hey, by the way, for the truth, if you can hear me, I'm a Christian too. So, there's that.
And I would actually say you've been very pleasant to talk to, I might add.
Thank you.
Tornado's a really good guy. I like Tornado.
Yeah, Tornado's cool.
And the Bible has been correct in everything in how you see the world. Oh, so you don't believe in evolution. So even though evolution is a fact, it's used in everyday science as far as medicine goes and biology, and there's literally hundreds of fields of science that rely on the fact that it's truth. But somehow that's not fact. You believe in a young Earth, even though that's been disproven, and so much wrong with the fact that the Earth is the universe being 10,000 to 6,000 years old, because the constants that make up the universe would have had to have changed. I mean, there's plenty
very rapidly.
Yeah, there's plenty of Christians that don't have any problem with those two concepts, and they're still Christians. I can name at least 2, maybe 3 if Tornado believes it too. But at least 2, Jade West and Fiona Robertson, who also happens to have a PhD in biology, mind you.
I've heard of Fiona. Didn't she have one of the flat earthers nuts in a vice grip?
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
Pretty much.
She's pretty smart that way.
I think it was G-Man. Or was it?
Well, we're missing the point here. It's how he sees the world. And he sees the world through a mirror darkly.
Well, who? G-Man or this guy? Or both?
This guy.
Both.
Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah.
I'm a Christian who likes science.
Yeah.
Now, normally you'd say...
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I don't just like science, I love science.
You like learning and you like knowing the truth.
One of my hopeful job prospects is actually going into pyrotechnics. Or, as I like to call it, blowing yay up for fun and profit.
Things go
That's
boom.
always fun.
Things go boom.
Yeah, things go boom now. So yeah, Mr. For the Truth, I'm a Christian that likes science. I like making things go boom.
And also, prophecy, if you read the Bible and interpret it, you can pretty much make prophecy out of anything in it.
It's called retcon.
You can do that. I mean,
You can retcon the shit out of the Bible.
Yes, you can.
Mm.
Let's just hope Mr. For the Truth is not a flat earther. If he is, I'm gonna have words.
Yeah, there's two people in here that have big problems with flat earthers that go so far as to deal with them on a daily basis. So,
me, you, and a Tornado, and probably Anarchy too. So there's probably 4 of us. I don't know about you,
flat earthers.
Earth is flat.
You're kind of nuts, Lucy. So I'll give you.
Who's actually in Arena? Somebody's actually sitting in the GDC Arena voice channel, all by themselves.
Baba Booey.
Booey. Baba Booey. No idea.
Should I? Oh, Lucy.
Lucy chased him out.
Oh, you got scared. You got scared.
Oh dear. But yeah, I ended up.
He joined Arena and he left instantly.
You scared him off.
All I said is, "What the fuck are you doing?" You left.
With your little voice changer that you got going on, I'm sure you scared the piss.
Only killed prostitutes. He should have been afraid.
Well, maybe you should have told them you had prostitutes for him.
Ouch.
Yeah, true. But I need fish for the prostitutes.
Istanbul, not Constantinople now. It's Istanbul, not Constantinople. It's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks.
What in the fucking
goddamn
Christ
is that? Self-boo.
I'm definitely dating
what
myself.
Was that? What was that song you just sang? Hold on. What was that song?
There's a band called They Might Be Giants.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I know which one you talk. Okay, yeah.
Oh, hey, I've heard of that band. I like it. Higglytown Heroes, Meet the Elements.
Yeah,
yes,
they use it a lot with Animaniacs.
The Animaniacs. Holy crap.
Yes, I know the Animaniacs. No. Fingerprints. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Hello, nurse.
I think that was considered the naughtiest moment on Animaniacs, and they push a lot of boundaries.
Yeah, like hello, nurse, and
the whole bit they did about Prince, that was fucked up, man.
No, we need Prince. I got him right here. No, fingerprints. I don't think so.
Then Prince gets chucked out the porthole. It's like, how did nobody catch that?
And they had to ask his permission to use his likeness, and he granted it because he was like real strict on all of the shit that goes on around him. Because he was like, he was a Jehovah's Witness. Did you know that?
Was he really? I did not know that.
Wow.
He was a Jehovah's Witness.
I would never have imagined that in my entire life.
All of his life, he was a Jehovah's Witness.
I want to know a girl who is a Jehovah's Witness.
Yet he gave the creators of Animaniacs permission to use his likeness in a very, very naughty joke.
Look it up on YouTube. Kevin Smith talks about Prince. Look that up on YouTube and watch his video about it. Would it be
really bad to say that the Jehovah's Witness girl that I went out with gave really good blowjobs?
Oh my.
She did.
No.
As long as you don't say who it is, it's all good.
Yeah, man, we don't need the deets. We just need the details.
Don't dox the JWs, man.
Oh, she gave great blowies. Simple as that. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah,
I had a girl. I had a girl that I went out with. I don't know. Well, I'll say it anyway. She would give me head going down the road, and I would almost wreck.
Roadhead.
Yeah, I would almost wreck. It was so good.
Okay. Did you?
Okay, let's get off the subject.
Did you ever do it while you were driving a standard, though? Because I did, and I almost rear-ended a guy. Because,
Oh no,
yeah, I
was
wasn't
driving.
paying attention to what was in front of me.
I was driving.
Yeah, but I
stick.
was doing it in a... oh, so you were? Yeah. It's...
Oh yeah, and she was driving my stick. Okay, that's all. I'm saying.
See,
Ah!
you weren't paying
Yeah.
attention. You weren't paying attention to what was in front of you. You were paying attention to what was in front of you.
I was paying attention to what was on my stick shift.
Yo!
Anyways. Hi, how's it going, chat?
Hey, Muppets, how you doing?
I don't know what I walked into.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I'm not
I
sure
don't
either. I
wanna
was part of
know
it the
what
whole
I
time.
walked into. But yeah, back to Animaniacs, please.
Oh, we were talking about fingering Prince. Is that much better?
Well,
Not
I mean,
really.
I like that
I didn't think
episode.
You've seen that before, haven't you, Muppets?
I've seen most of the Animaniacs.
Yeah, I mean, far and away, I'm beginning to wonder how half the stuff got past the censors.
Well, a lot of it didn't. There's a lot of cut content. There's a lot of interviews that people have done with those guys. Most of them just wanted to do it to see what they could actually get through the censors.
Yeah, but they managed to get a lot through. Now that I think about it, I don't.
Yeah, in hindsight.
Yeah, in hindsight, they got away with a lot that nowadays you wouldn't expect to see on a kids show, except for Adventure Time.
Well, that's
My-
not necessarily true. I've seen some shows that are kid shows nowadays that are way more overtly adult.
Oh, you mean like
Well,
Adventure
yeah,
Time?
Well, yeah, that doesn't count.
Hello. One
Have
of the
you seen
persons.
Team America World Police?
Yeah, but
that's
that's
not
a
a
kids
kid
thing.
show.
That's not a kid's
That's
thing.
not a
Well,
kid
I
show.
know.
Like, I would-
They
just
put
like
the whole-
that's almost like saying, have you seen South Park? That's a cartoon.
Yeah, you know, Heavy Metal's a cartoon.
Heavy metal.
Well, that's true.
Exactly.
But what
No,
I'm
heavy
saying,
metal is animation.
they put in that whole
So-
cutout scat scene that was added later in the DVD just so they could slip other shit by the censors. The censors saw that and was like, "Oh fuck no!"
What's really great is, you guys ever watch Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Mm.
You can watch the outtakes of that because it's not
Oh,
like,
I love watching the outtakes, and they don't censor most of it either.
well, not the outtakes because the outtakes are what's cut from the actual show. But Ryan Stiles hates the censor, like because
Oh,
they
yeah.
censor him right there in the middle of the show. They're like, "Nope, can't use that joke," and they'll be like, "Fuck off."
And he's like, "Fuck this British guy." No, I've watched a bunch of those. No, I've watched a bunch of the who's line stuff. It's funny stuff.
Oh, I loved it. That's what I'm surprised I was allowed to watch that because I grew up extremely religious, and my mom let me watch the shit out of that.
Oh, that wasn't even around when I was growing up.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. I mean, you've got censors. Adventure Time is almost an experiment to see what they can get away with. And guess what? They've gotten away with something that was literally so close to the dish of the radar that it just cut the dish off. It's like there's getting crap past to the radar, and then there's cutting off the dish. You're getting so close to it. Because one of the characters in Adventure Time is Lemon Grab. They were originally going to use Lemon Snatch, which is another way of saying sourpuss. And you probably can tell where the
Well,
you can probably
But
tell
I
which
was-
body part is being referred to there.
Or
in my
they could have used melon grab. It would have worked.
in my childhood,
well
the
that
naughty
way.
cartoons in my childhood was, well, on MTV there was Beavis and Butthead,
Which
And
is
then-
not a kid's show.
but on Nickelodeon, Ren and Stimpy snuck a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of
Ren and
stuff
Stimpy
past.
is
Snuck
dark
a
as fuck.
lot of stuff past.
I love
Dude, even Rocco in Rocco's Modern Life,
Modern Life.
he worked at
Yup.
a sex phone thing.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Wait,
and then
really?
A little bit,
Yeah,
and
that's
then-
one of the episodes. You get to see it, like in the background of his little cubicle. It tells them
and,
what to read off.
The frog lady. What the hell was the name? What is her name? She called him.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up.
I can't remember their names, but yeah, no, yeah, I know exactly the episode you're talking about. And then a little bit later, when you got on to get into a little bit of the darker humor, there was also the Invader Zim.
Yeah, so
I
he
loved
worked at
Invader
a.
Zim.
So he was on a show in a cubicle answering a phone, and there was a little sticky note behind him that said, "Remember, be hot, be naughty, be courteous."
Yes. Yeah. See, this is stuff that you can't do that stuff on kids shows nowadays. And that was on Nickelodeon.
To be fair, Nickelodeon had a lot of strange shows in the '90s. I loved We Are Monsters. I mean, Real Monsters. My bad.
Real Monsters. Real Monsters. Yeah. No, actually, I always liked. I always looked forward to Snick, the Nick Knight.
Yeah,
they had like the Are You Afraid of the Dark? There was
other cartoons I grew up by.
Goosebumps.
I remember as a kid waking up on Saturday morning to watch. You guys remember Tales from the Crypt? Did you know they had a cartoon version of that?
Yes.
For kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
That thing was scary as shit.
I grew up watching Looney Tunes where a duck literally got his fucking face blown off by a shotgun every episode.
Oh,
yeah, but that's not gruesome in
Duck
any
season,
way.
fire!
But still, it's getting your
season,
fucking face
duck
blown
season,
off.
rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season, fire! Boom!
Yeah, oh come on, that's classic shit. That will never die. That would almost be like saying like I have a I have 3 DVDs. I actually tried for probably about 3 years to find all this stuff. I got every goddamn single episode of the fucking Three Stooges. Every single one. Every single episode. It was hard as shit.
Isn't that the
to find
show
all.
with the exploding lunchbox?
Hey, I got a question from the audience here.
No, I'm not gay.
No. And anybody
The big heads. Yes, the big
okay,
heads.
First
Yes,
of all,
that's
remember
the name of it. It was the big heads.
Cow and Chicken. Okay, so
Cow and chicken.
Oh,
Jesus.
wow. Cow and chicken.
Lady
That was a little after my
Lady
time.
The big
Biker.
thing about Cow and Chicken was the devil.
That was a little after my time.
Well, I'm not sure what that red thing was in Cow and Chicken.
It was a devil. Like he basically was
What's
just
the question, Bull?
Well, the question was, does anybody remember where the Lady Bikers came in and started munching the rug?
Oh yeah, the carpet munchers.
Yeah.
That's a euphemism for something. And I'm
Gee,
scared
I wonder why.
I'm not quite sure though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a euphemism for something, and I'm almost scared to think that I'm kind of getting what that euphemism is.
I mean, it should be pretty obvious.
Yeah. Pretty goddamn obvious. I'll get you a lunchbox and start chewing on it too if you didn't get it yet.
Why don't you just Google it? Just go
Yeah.
Google it and then go to Google Images.
And they also had tribals where they're yelling "ass wipa,"
Yeah.
which was basically ass wipe.
What about in Powerpuff Girls? My little daughter that I helped raise, she wasn't really my daughter, but I call her my daughter. She watched Powerpuff Girls all the time, and the devil was in the Powerpuff Girl.
Oh, you're talking about him.
Oh no!
That's what it is. Him that acted like a her.
No. It's just him. That's his name.
No,
It's just
him
him.
looks like a her.
Eh.
I'm not even kidding.
I mean, I watched the Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
Dude, that shit got
I'm
dark.
just saying, man. I had to watch
Yeah,
it.
they even showed blood occasionally.
Dude, when they beat the shit out of people, there was blood. As long as it wasn't red, it's okay.
Nope. In the intro, you actually see one of the Powerpuff Girls punch him in the face, and you see a tooth with little red droplets.
This conversation is weird.
Yeah, him was the devil, but him also had this big frilly hair girl looking thing,
And wore a skirt.
and wore a skirt, basically Santa, like a really Santa Claus looking elf looking skirt thing. Yeah, him was a girl, looked like a girl anyway. acted very effeminate from what I recall. A few times I saw it.
Yeah.
My nieces were watching that shit. Pinky
Speaking of the
Pinky in the Brain is another one I like.
Oh, Pinky in the Brain.
But speaking of the N64, I downloaded the Powerpuff Girls fighting game.
I'm going to pop something into the chat, the stream chat.
Okay. And
without any text. And right there, that is, you can't tell me.
Yeah.
Right there. So, yeah, as long as it's not red. But that is very clearly red.
Yeah, he's bleeding, but of course his blood's gonna be red. I mean, his whole being is red. If he bled something that wasn't red, it would just be weird.
Well, a lot of the cartoonists that are writing the cartoons are all the same fucked up people that we are. So what do you expect?
That's true.
Hey, just because I jerk off into a chicken every now and again does not make me a fucked up person.
Yeah, and then you have Mojo Jojo where his helmet is cracked open and you see his brain.
Oh,
but that's just delicious.
Let's not forget about the violence about Bugs Bunny and shit and Wile E. Coyote.
Oh yeah, duck season.
Well, hey, you know what? Have you ever ran into a wall going that fast? You turn into a coin and then spin around on the ground too, goddammit.
Well, how about the fact that he was strapped himself to a rocket? Remind you of anything, Mad Mike? Come on now.
Yeah, he'd strap himself onto a rocket and then get pwned.
Or they just walk off cliffs and just stay in the air.
Wait a minute. Weren't there those flat earthers that were trying to launch themselves off into space, stretching into
That's why
rockets?
I said Mad Mike.
Yeah, Mad Mike.
He was one of them. Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's still doing it.
He did. His first one was a test. Was a test shot to get him up. What was it? 1,800 feet, which is nothing.
Who was the guy that went to go do it and then got told that he couldn't do it?
That's
Mad Mike Hughes.
That's the
was
same
it Mad
guy.
Mike?
Yeah,
it was the same guy. Okay.
So same guy did. So he finally gets permission from the landowner and gets all whatever permits or whatever the fuck he needs to do, and he does it. He goes up, lands, and has back problems. Go figure. Anyway, because his shit's broken and it doesn't land right and whatever. So now what he's trying to do is he's trying to get himself up to the demarcation line between what is space and what is not space is roughly 63 miles.
Yeah.
How you're going to get there with the fucking steam-powered rockets? Apparently he's trying to get up. He's trying to get up to the point where he can deploy a balloon with a rocket, which I don't understand why you don't just deploy. Or maybe it's the other way around. He's trying to go up in a balloon and then shoot a rocket from
there. And then
there.
launch a rocket off of it?
Yeah, something like that, which is just like nuts.
Something tells me that's Mad Mike Hughes is heading for a Darwin Award.
He is, and you know what? He's talked to Steve McRae, and he's talked to the Geek Room, and he's not. At least he's doing something, and he seems like a really nice guy. So I really hate to, I don't wish ill on anybody. I really hope that somebody just says, "Hey, you're nuts. Quit it. Stop it. You're gonna kill yourself.
Don't fucking kill yourself." Yeah,
and we're gonna take your toys away. I really hope somebody does that to him, because this is
if you look at it from a certain angle, he's got, let's see, a steam-powered rocket made out of scrounged up aluminum in an airplane cockpit, and he's planning on boiling 70 gallons of the stuff. That's a pressure vessel, and the one thing I know about pressure vessels is that if you don't monitor them properly, they going to explode.
Well, there's very little difference between a pipe bomb and a rocket. The difference is one has a nozzle and one does not. If you don't open the nozzle, it will blow up.
You have a pipe bomb.
It will blow up.
Hold on.
Yes.
Psystrike just ended up sending me a link to the thing, so I'm going to hop off of this channel and go to his. See ya.
All right, later, Tornado.
Okay.
The direction this conversation took has brought me no measure of joy that I can explain in words.
It went all over the place.
But it's fun. It was
Exactly.
your idea, Clockwork, so...
Well, hey, you're welcome.
Need to do this more often. This was enjoyable as hell. I will absolutely say.
Yes.
Well, we don't got to stop.
No, you don't have to stop. I might stop the stream here. It seems like a good place as any. And give me a couple seconds, and I'll be right back, and I'll do that. But we'll keep talking. Yeah, I got no problems with that.
Quick, before he ends the stream, everyone force porn.
No, there will be no force porn. Anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight. Sorry about our downer of a ban tonight. I hate banning people, especially on this channel, because it isn't actually my channel. It's Steve McRae's. The Great Debate Communities at large, actually. Steve McRae just happens to be the steward. But, you know, we get somebody that negative trying to commandeer a conversation that has nothing to do with what we're talking about in the stream. It's a downer. So anyway, you all have a good evening. I appreciate the audience such as it was, and thank you again.